do-rags, wave cream, brushes. Get the best products for your 360 waves at wavymerch.com.
Hey guys, I'm watering the grass right now, but we have been in quarantine for close to 40 days already. In today's video, I want to show you guys how to cut your own hair from home. Don't feel pressure to go to the barbershop, of course, because they're closed, but also don't feel pressured that you can't cut your own hair. It's very easy to do. It just takes a lot of practice. Today's video, I'm gonna make it very simple and straightforward for you guys. Like, I'm a beginner, I'm not a professional. The best thing you want to do is just make it look good. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make your fade look as best as possible. Do a nice clean lineup. Just look nice during this time to where you can't go to a barbershop. Let's get straight into today's video. Alright guys, first and foremost, let's talk about the products I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my ion clippers, the trimmers, and then also my clippers, and then my T-outliners as well, as far as every clipper that I'm going to be using. And then I have all my guards right here. I'm going to be cutting against the grain on my waves today, so that's why I have some. I'm actually going to be using a 4 guard against the grain, maybe. Probably actually a 5 or something bigger. Guards, my clippers. I also have some clipper oil. I don't know if you call oil or lubricant of some sort. I have my Andis profiles out as well, but I don't believe I'm gonna use these. And then I have 2 brushes. I have a medium brush and a soft brush from Wavy Merch. Make sure to use my discount code Gunther to get 10% off. I'm gonna be opening up a new do-rag today to lay down everything and make it look nice. It's red silk do-rag. And then also I'm gonna be using the 360 wave cream, and I might end up doing the plastic bag method today, or I might save it for another video, we'll see. I also have a lice comb, which is good for just make sure that you comb through the hair and everything is nice and detangled. Last but not least is the Cut Buddy. Now this is going to help you guys out completely with doing your cut yourself, especially from home, because this is going to help you get everything lined up the way that you need it to be if you have a beard, or if you have, you know, obviously just doing your lineup. I'll show you guys when I'm using this and how it all works. But these are all the products I'm using. You can honestly just use 1 clipper if you would like, and you can do your lineup on this. It's not going to be as sharp, but you can use 1. And then also, if it comes down to it, say you have 2 clippers, it's fine, but I just like using 3. I do this one to start everything out as far as creating my guideline at the bottom, and then this is what I just use for lineups, and I'm talking about my T outliners. So it's really not that much when it comes to cutting your hair. You can just use a normal brush or a normal comb, or even no comb if it's not necessary. Like, at bare minimum, you can honestly just have 1 pair of clippers. The most important part though is having 2 mirrors. So I'm using this mirror, and then I'm also using this mirror right here. This is my first time cutting my hair in this mirror as well. I'm not sure how the lighting is or how good it's going to be to actually cut my hair, so we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so we're going ahead and getting started by just combing out the hair. I'm using the lice comb. I want to mention that everything that I'm using in today's video is going to be linked down below, so please go check everything out if you feel the need to purchase any of these products, especially if you want to cut your own hair. And the products that I'm mentioning today help a lot with cutting waves, I feel. And as you guys see right here, I'm actually just combing back all of my waves because I'm going to be cutting against the grain in today's video. And the reason I'm cutting against the grain is because my hair is really long, and I want to get my hair a little shorter, and then possibly end up doing, you know, like a month or maybe 2-month woof or something like that. And I don't know, possibly do that pretty soon. But this step is pretty simple. All I'm doing, like I said, is just combing back. I'm not going all the way to my crown area. And as you see right here, I think I have on a 6 guard, and I'm going against the grain. And this is just to make my hair as even as possible. And I think having your hair even helps with the waves as well. And you can see how I have some just really long spots on my hair, like that little spike in the back. It's just, there's some really long spots and there's some short spots. So just trying to manage all that. And then right now I'm just combing everything back to the way it was. And then I'm going to go with the grain with a 2 guard. Or actually I'm going to use a 3 guard first, and then later on in the video I go in with the 2 guard. But obviously if you don't have waves, you can skip this step because it's not really necessary if you just want to cut your hair. because the whole fading process is its own ball game. It's for anybody really, it's not just for waves. So you can see right here, I'm actually just going with the grain with a 3 guard. And in between every cut, you want to brush as much as possible because you want to brush your hair in the direction so that your hair can be fed through the clippers. And that's with anybody. So I'm just going over it again. Since I did brush, I'm going ahead and combing through again, just because with the brush it lays everything down, but when you comb your hair it kind of puffs everything up so that you can get through very easily and actually cut some hair. So right here, this is a very crucial step, is I'm creating the bald line of where I'm gonna start my fade. And I'm doing the different fade in this video. This is something that I've never done before. I don't know why I tried something new on today's video, but I'm trying to do a really low fade. But you'll see that I wasn't really pleased with the whole haircut at the end of the video. It turned out okay for me doing it in a different location versus my bathroom. I eventually go to my bathroom in this video, by the way, but you'll hear that whole explanation later on in this video. But all I'm doing right now is just creating that bald line and then balding out everything under that. And you can use pro foils at this step to bald everything out. I personally don't like using pro foils on the back of my neck, but I'm just repeating this process all the way through. And right now I'm just starting with the fade. I am going lever open, going up literally probably ½ an inch right here on the front taper. And then constantly brushing in between. And then I have on my 0 guard and I'm going up a little bit. And this is one method that I'm trying to learn, is working my way up into a fade. So I started out with lever open, then I went straight to a 0 guard versus doing a 1 guard and then meeting it in the middle with a 0 guard. So you can either follow this step or the ways that I'm doing it. And I also do it a different way on the back of the head, so you'll see that later on in the video. But I'm just flicking at the line and constantly just working up. This method is sometimes easy. Like, I've recognized that sometimes it turns out great when I'm fading my hair and I fade it up. What I mean by that is just starting at 0, working your way all the way up to a 2 guard really. And I find that it works sometimes, and I've never really had any problems with it until today. Mostly just because I'm sure it was just me being in this mirror with not too good of lighting. But I think it's easier to actually do this when you are in the right setting, when you're in the bathroom and you have really good lighting. But like I said, I'm just working my way up from literally a 0 all the way to a 2 guard. So right now I have on a ½ guard right after the 0. And then I'm just going up a little bit, like maybe a ½ an inch on every guard that I'm using. So just to reiterate, I know I said a lot. I started out with lever open, and then I moved on to a 0 guard, lever closed, and then I moved on to a ½ guard, lever open. And then now I moved on to the 1 guard. And now I'm just moving up a little bit more. This is the part of the fade to where I was just kind of getting upset that I was kind of pushing it higher than I wanted it to be. And I'm telling you, it was because I was just really in the wrong setting. I didn't like the mirror I was using or the lighting in this room. But I'm telling you, if you're cutting your hair from home, you're going to run into these problems most likely. And it's not really to blame the situation, but to just train yourself to keep getting better. Because you can see how I pushed the taper really close to like my actual front hairline, and it was bugging me. But I worked it out at the end, so just stay tuned to the end. You'll be able to see how I made it all work out. So now I'm using the 2 guard going straight up, making sure that it blends in with the bulk of my hair. And this really works with any hair, not just waves, like I said. So if you have long hair on the top and you're trying to blend it into the long hair, just use a 2 guard and a 3 if necessary, if your hair's really long on top, but a 2 guard gets the job done. It's pretty funny because watching this video, you can see that there's parts in the video to where I'm just getting frustrated because it's not really as good as I wanted it to be. But that's the whole purpose of, doing this, so you can learn. But that last step that you saw me doing was I was going down with a 1 guard just to blend everything a little bit better. I was going with the grain. Never go against the grain with a 1 guard because you will take out a bunch of bulk. But right now you see me going in with a 1 guard. And I'm trying to blend this into the back of my head as best as possible. And you see me going over my ears so I can blend that taper with the back of my head. Just because I went super high with that taper, it's not gonna look right if I were to just leave it and not connect them. So now I'm going in with a 3/4 guard, which is basically like 1.5. And I have the lever open and closing, and I'm just trying to blend everything together. And I'm telling you guys, this is things that you just want to do. This video is mostly just to encourage you to try it. If you want to cut your hair from home, it's very possible. You just have to follow the steps. And of course, it's not going to look perfect the first time you do it or the first few times. I've been cutting my hair for, I think, close to a year. No, like over a year. And it's still not as best as I would like it to be. But it's just a constant process of learning and testing out new things. And like you've seen right there, my clippers died. And this is when everything was kind of bugging me because I had to use my old clippers. And I haven't used these in, I think, over a year, maybe close to 2 years. And it was kind of tough, but I don't want to be complaining this entire video. I just want this video to be more towards like literally trying something in a time to where like you really can't just go to the barbershop and get your hair cut, or if you don't have a homie who can come over and cut your hair. But I'll just tell you the rest of the steps that I did. Right now I have a 0 guard and I'm trying to take out that middle line. But I'm literally doing the same process on the back of my head as what I did on the front taper. The only difference was that I switched with doing the 1 guard first, and then I met it in the middle with the 0 guard. So you really just learn these steps. You can watch 360 Jeezy. He's perfect at teaching. Chris Bossio. There's so many people that can teach you how to actually cut your hair. But right here, I'm actually using the Cut Buddy system. And it really works a whole lot with creating some straight lines. As you guys can see, I use the Cut Buddy to create these lines, and it comes with these markers to where, well, it's actually like basically like a crayon kind of thing, but it marks it to where you can go in and just cut a very straight line. You can see how this line is coming out very clean. And I would tell you one thing, even if you mess up on your fade, when it comes to doing the lineup, this will honestly correct a lot of the mistakes you made when it came to the fade. Now the fade, honestly, looking at it now, I'm actually quite pleased with it. It's not the best, obviously, but I do think it turned out great. All right, guys, I am not going to show you guys the whole process of me using the plastic bag. I'm going to save it for another video. We have to go to a meeting right now, so I have to go do that. But you guys, that is how you do it, but I'll show you guys quick 360. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I plan on probably doing a better one. Obviously, I'll be cutting my hair periodically. Stay tuned, guys, but hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. I tried to do my best. If you guys want to watch any of my other haircut videos, you can watch one of those. I just have different hairstyles in each one, so I'll list a few of them down below of me cutting my hair, so go check those out. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys do have an amazing day. Matter of fact, have a great day. Peace out and God bless.